Hi everyone, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the energy update for June. So we'll be looking at the astrological events, and then we'll be looking at crystals that we recommend for this month, and looking at the theme of June overall, as well as doing a card reading where I'm going to channel information through at the end of this video. So check the timestamps down below, as you may want to skip around in this video, but I do always recommend that you watch the entirety of the videos. You'll make more sense of it if you see the whole thing through. So I just finished with all the zodiac readings for June, so those will be linked below as well if you want to check out your zodiac reading for the month of June. It'll give you a more personal feel as to what's going on for you this month. And in the zodiac readings across the board, I noticed a common theme, which was wishes are coming true. We are moving away from old stories that are keeping us entrapped and enslaved in lower vibrational timelines. So we're letting go of the programming that has been indoctrinated since, our earlier days of, school, religion, all of that. Like, we've been programmed to think and believe certain things, and we're releasing a lot of that this month and letting go of these old stories, these old ideologies, and really expanding our consciousness and awareness to a whole new level. This is also a month for you to believe in your magic that kept coming up in the zodiac readings, and using your magic and using your words like they are spells, because they are. When we speak words out into the universe, it's like casting a spell of an order that we would like to experience. So that's like the thing of June, is be consciously thinking and consciously speaking, rather than just, the way you used to do things, the old way of doing things. It's like that is all being washed, and we're setting a new clean slate of how we speak, how we think, how we feel, how we act in the month of June. So yeah, using your words like they're spells, and really understanding the power behind your words, and how when you speak or, think certain things, that's like an energy you're emanating out for the universe to magnetize back to you whatever you're thinking or speaking upon. So just really be cautious with, are these thoughts that I'm thinking or these words that I'm speaking in alignment with my highest and greatest good? If the answer is no, then, change it, shift it. It's also a month for you to stand your ground and share your love, and the storm will pass. And then I want to do a really quick recap of May's energy, because May's energy was kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It was a powerful energy month with the lunar eclipse and the full moon that happened on the portal day of 5/5. So we had a portal, we had a lunar eclipse, and we had a full moon all happening on 5/5. So it created this powerful activation portal energy for us to move into a new timeline. It was also a month to go within, rest, slow down, and digest and integrate the energies that were coming in. The gamma rays are really coming in, and it started to intensify middle of May through the end of May. So you may have noticed like the really intense energies, like feeling very overly sensitive with like sound, with energy, just like not being able to be around certain people, or just being around crowds in general, just like feeling an overstimulated energy of not being able, like everything was heightened, like sound was heightened, emotions were heightened, everything was like kicked up a notch. So you may have felt those energies as the light codes from the sun were coming in to help us purge. So with that, it caused a lot of unsettled energies and emotions, old stories, old programs to be surfaced and released, old traumas to be released for us to purge and heal and move past. And that's, how we heal our shadow side. And that when we do that, it helps us to reclaim our power, because when we heal emotions and traumas of the past, what happens when you have a trauma or a pain or something triggers you, like let's say you go through an abusive type of situation, and in that moment a fractal of your soul splinters off and a piece of your essence, of your light, leaves you. And so with this purging, with this clearing, with this healing that we've been going through mainly over the past 3 years, I mean, we always go through healing throughout our life, but mainly these past 3 years has been intense emotions, clearings, purgings, healings. And with that, Every time you heal an old story or an old trauma or an old wound, you're calling back that fractal piece of your soul that splintered off during that time of trauma. So it's really powerful stuff what we're doing here. And if you've been doing the work, you will feel like this sense of calming taking over you this month of June. It's going to be completely different energy if you've been putting in the work and you really digested and integrated the energies of May. Okay, so let's look at June's theme. So this month's color theme is a turquoisey blue, which I have like a light over here, turquoisey blue with these lights, and I wore this color. And I'm wearing the crystal as well because this color Spirit gave me for this month of June because it represents the sky, it represents the sea, and I have my little mermaid here to assist with that sea energy, that magical energy. I don't know if you can see her. Maybe that wasn't a good shot. And we also have, you know, the starfish and the sea coral up here. So bringing in the energy of the sea, because the sea is very healing. This month of June, the energy of the sea is like washing us, washing away the old stories, washing away the old pain and calling back this energy of healing to us in a whole new way. We are moving into the season of Cancer, which is representative of water because it is a water sign. So this month we are going to be focusing on our goals like we have been for the past, you know, however long that's been going on. And we are also going to be focusing on our security and our personal finances. So blue's energy symbolizes protection, good fortune, inspiration, and inner peace. It's used for cooling and calming the mental and physical body. And it's associated with open spaces, freedom, intuition, imagination, and sensitivity. And it also represents meanings of depth, trust, loyalty, sincerity, wisdom, confidence, stability, faith, and intelligence. So that's kind of like, in a nutshell, the energy for June. And this is one of the most positive months we will encounter this year with the astrological alignments as we reawaken our inner trust and shift into a fresh and new exciting start. You know, this is like a new starting point for us. It's also a month to, like we were discussing, to integrate the lessons of the past as you move into a new version of yourself. It's like we're creating a new version of self this month by letting go of the old stories, the old programming, the old ideologies that have kept us looped into this cycle of repetition, of repeating the same old story over and over again and playing the victim mode. So it's like we're stepping out of the victim mode and putting on shoes of empowerment and looking at our lives and thinking and speaking and acting in a whole new different way. It's like you may have noticed this at the end of May, where you started to think different things, have different ideas, mental clarity came through, where you started to look at your life like, I need to do this, this, or that to change in my life. Like maybe you changed your diet, maybe you changed who you were dating, or maybe you're changing who you're interested in dating. Like, you know, maybe you've always dated tall, dark, and handsome, and now, or, you know, short, blonde, and beautiful, and now you're shifting and changing that. You know, like maybe your perspectives on certain areas of your life have shifted and changed, and now you're looking at things in a whole new way, and you're craving a whole new kind of energy. So if you're craving certain foods, maybe that's shifted and changed. You know, dating different types of people, or a different type of, you know, your typical type of person you used to date is changing or shifting, or just you in general are shifting and changing. So everything, of course, around you is going to shift and change. And that's how you can tell if you're shifting and changing, is by, am I no longer interested in the same things I was interested in before? Am I looking at new music? Am I looking at new movies, new shows, new books, new hobbies? All of that like is coming alive within us as we ignite this inner, it's like an activation taking place within us this month to call in all this new experience and energy. Yeah, so it's a month where we embody more of our soul's essence and continue to expand our consciousness and awareness by calling in those fractal pieces of light that is merging back with our soul. And it's also about understanding and expanding our consciousness and our awareness to look to the past. Lemuria and Atlantis energy is coming up pretty strong this month. Again, linked to the sea, because both of them, fell into the sea. And it's about understanding and looking at your life in a whole new way of, where has my soul been? Like, this is a month for you to really deep dive into, like, where has my soul been? Not even just, in this world, but like other worlds, other planets, other time eras, Was I in ancient Egypt? Was I in Lemuria? Was I in Atlantis? What epoch of time did my soul experience? And what traumas did I endure during those lifetimes? And what traumas from those lifetimes are inflicting the now present moment? That I'm ready to heal, that I'm ready to clear, that I'm ready to remember that aspect of myself and call in my power and more of my light by healing and clearing and moving past that. So this month we're shifting into a new timeline, which feels lighter, it feels freer. So you may feel this energy of like freedom and flow and ease with movement. And if you've been looking to like start projects or businesses or moving, your home, or starting something new, but you've been held back from the past energies, like maybe you felt like a straitjacket on you. This is a month where the straitjacket kind of like lifts and you have freedom of movement forward. This freedom and movement forward is helping us towards our ascension in our new earth energy. We are continuing on that journey towards new earth and building new earth. And, new earth is built off of us healing the old traumas, the old pains, the old stories, and believing and using our magic and believing in our magic as the creator to build and create a new world of existence that we would like to experience. Back in Lemuria and Atlantis, when they were in their golden era, not when they fell and they were corrupt, but when they were in their golden era, that's the energy we're moving towards. We're trying to rebuild that energy back on the planet of Eden, of heaven on earth, of peace, love, harmony, and all of that kind of energy. But we heal one person at a time. So the more and more people that are working on themselves, that's shifting the collective in general, because when you work on you and I work on me and it trickles out, that's how we heal the planet. Not like by pointing fingers and telling people what they need to do. It's by working on our own stuff as individuals. And as we heal the collective. It ripples out. This is a great time to activate our bodies as well as our minds, inspiring us to go out, to socialize, and to get a little bit flirty, but also to be curious and trust that great things are coming to us, and to allow ourselves to be free and open-minded to all possibilities. All right, let's get into the crystals I recommend for this month. So Spirit gave me Amazonite, Amazonite, Labradorite, and Sodalite. So here is Amazonite. So Amazonite is a stone of peace, truth, harmony, communication. It also helps soothe the nervous system and is associated with money, luck, and overall success. And then we have Labradorite here, which I have on my little magic wand. So it may be a little bit easier to see on this guy rather than the raw crystal. So Labradorite is a stone of magic and helps you connect to Merlin's energy and your own inner magic. It's also it puts a protective shield around your aura to block out negativity from the world and assist with transformation and building self-confidence. And then we have Sodalite, which I'm going to be lighting this candle in a moment, which I've infused with energy to assist with June's energy. So Sodalite is a stone of logic and assists with new creative ideas, intuition, clear vision, mental clarity, and self-expression. So I'm just going to do it on camera since we're all here. So I infuse this candle. I'm just doing a little bit of light language to activate all the energies for June. All right, I also infused it with a little bit of mermaid energy because I do feel that that energy wants to come through and assist us with June. Using my barbecue lighter because I don't have any other lighter. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna just set that here next to our little mermaid. Let that burn. All right, let's get into the astrological reading for June, which is actually pretty easy and simple compared to the past 6 months. So starting on June 1st, we have Jupiter conjunct the North Node, which is going to inspire us to attract and manifest exactly what we need to move our lives in a positive direction. So it's going to give us that little inspiration, that little kick, that little boost to motivate us forward, especially if you've been feeling like that straitjacket energy. This is really helping you. And I'm actually filming this on June 1st, so this is the day for that. And then on June 3rd, we have full moon in Sagittarius. We can expect an influx in abundance at this time, pending the house ruled by Taurus in our chart. So look at the, if you are familiar with astrology charts, look at where Taurus lies in your chart, and that will maybe impact abundance in your life. Which I do feel abundance overall coming for all of us, but it may be like, all of a sudden you get a raise, or all of a sudden you get like a refund in the mail, or something magical happens and you get like this windfall of abundance coming your way. And then on the 5th, we have Venus enters Leo, which is boosting our self-confidence, our self-expression, and motivation to make changes in our lives. So again, it's kind of like backing that energy that we had on the 1st. But with the energy of Leo, it kind of makes you feel more bold, more courageous, more like in your power to go after and take charge of things. And then on the 6th of June, we have portal activation happening. So 6/6, okay. We have all been taught, and this is the energy of June, to release old ideas, old stories, old belief systems about what we were taught or programmed to believe, and expanding our awareness and our consciousness to a new level of awareness and understanding. 666, or the number 6, has been programmed in us to be a demonic number, but it is actually a very magical number, and it's full of so much beauty. So with this portal activation, this is an energetic gateway or doorway opening up, expanding our consciousness by creating a powerful opportunity for us to connect with higher energies and make some huge shifts in our lives. So we can make the most of this portal by working with the incoming energies from the sun and channeling those light codes and anchoring them and integrating them. So we're channeling them in, we're anchoring them into Mother Earth, and then we're integrating those energies within our spiritual body. And this is a great day to set intentions, to do candle magic, to do any rituals, for calling in manifestations. I like to do candle magic by setting intentions, kind of like what we just did. You set an intention and then you light the flame and you say, so it is. And the universe calls that to you, and you just think about it the whole day. Like, visualize yourself, with how that manifestation would play out in your mind, feel it in your emotional body, your physical body. Use all your senses to really call in that power. So the number 6/6 in numerology is a dynamic gateway of energy centered on love and relationships. And that kind of came out in a lot of zodiac readings too, about sharing love. So when we share and spread love out, we are emanating that energy, and by spiritual law, the universe will magnetize love back to us if we are emanating love. It's the same thing with any vibration that we emanate and put out into the cosmos. We will be reflected that energy back to us by spiritual law. So with us sharing our love, sharing our energy of kindness, of, hope, of peace, whatever it may be that's in a higher vibrational alignment, that energy gets magnetized back to you tenfold. So if you're struggling with finding love in your life, or having things work out in your life the way you want them to, Spirit always says, fake it till you make it. So give the energy that you wish to receive. So if you wish to receive love from other people, give love to other people, and the universe will bring it back to you through other circumstances and people. If you want wealth or abundance, give wealth and abundance out and believe in it coming back to you. So how can you give love, or how can you give wealth and abundance? Well, you have an abundance of time, you have an abundance of energy if you choose to believe in it. So how can you give your energy, your time? Maybe you have resources that you can share. Maybe you have, an abundance of herbs in your garden you can share with your neighbor, or flowers in your garden you can share with your neighbor, or maybe you have time on your hands and you can go contribute that energy to a charity or to people in need. Think about how you can give in order to call that energy back to you, but don't do it through greed. Don't do it through, I'm only doing this to receive, because that will block your energy coming to you, because then you'll have to walk through a lesson of learning to not give, only to receive. But, do it with an open heart, with an open mind, with a complete genuine energy, and then that will mirror back to you tenfold. So that's kind of what this 6-6 portal is all about. And the energy of 6 in general in numerology is an energy all about unconditional love, service, responsibility, justice, the home, and beauty. So that just kind of wraps up everything that we just said about, emanating that energy in order to receive it tenfold. And then moving into June 11th, we have retrograde Pluto enters Capricorn. Pluto is the planet of the underworld and transformation, and this will be this month's most impactful transit for the collective regarding change. So this is the biggest time of this month for change, and Pluto is finishing up its contract with Capricorn, the career and money-oriented sign, but it's about to make a revolutionary transition into Aquarius. We may notice this first within our governments, within the media, before it actually trickles down into our personal lives, our everyday lives. This is setting the stage for massive new advancements. And with this, things like AI, space travel, and environmental activism is kind of kicking off. So you'll start to notice that energy picking up this month as well, as it takes center stage. And then on June 17th, we have new moon in Gemini and Saturn retrograde, as well as Sun squares Neptune. So it's a big day. This planet sign combination relates to a 3-year process that strives to dissolve our society's old world structures in favor of building new ones. So that's kind of like talking about what we were talking about earlier with building and walking through new earth, by letting go of old stories, letting go of the old and breaking down the old foundations to generate new foundations and build new foundations. So from now until November 4th, we will be reviewing this progress that we make with, dissolving the old. Since the sun will be forming its biannual square with Neptune as Saturn stations retrograde in the same zodiac sign, this is not a new moon to set intentions. So this would not be a good new moon to set, intentions with candle magic and calling out your intentions. This would actually be an energy of release and purging and clearing. And with that, it's helping us to surrender by letting go what we've been avoiding to look at. So this energy is going to help you review your life and see, to kind of take, they're showing me in my mind's eye, spirit showing me the 2 of swords with the, the 2 swords that go like this in front of the woman with the blindfold. So it's like we're at a crossroads point where we're removing the blindfold so we can really see where we've been blindsided in our lives and where we've been neglecting to look at certain aspects of our lives and resisting change. And then on the 21st, big day, we have solstice energy. So depending on where you are in the world, it's either going to be summer solstice or winter solstice. And this is a very magical day. A lot of people do rituals on this day, candle magic. This would be the day for candle magic and calling in manifestations by setting intentions, making offerings to Mother Earth. However you decide to do this for yourself, using your magic to its fullest and harnessing the magic of Mother Earth, Earth's magic, and calling in this solstice energy. So this solstice energy is a time, it's happening after this purging time of, the 17th with the new moon. So we are letting go on the 17th, and then after that, we step into this solstice energy, which is all about setting in new beginnings, that fresh new start that we were talking about. that June's all about this fresh new energy. So new beginnings with this new season. And this energy can trigger an emotional sense of nostalgia as we walk down memory lane, which is going to be taking us back to our past, to review our past as well as our ancestral roots. So again, that's coming up with the Lemuria, the Atlantis, the ancient Egyptian energies coming through. Some of you, if you've been doing a lot of work on your, shadow work and healing and purging over the past couple years, you will start to notice more psychic gifts coming online and more downloads of soul memories coming in. Like I've had so many memories of like Lemuria, my times in Lemuria, Atlantis. I haven't yet been shown Egypt yet, but I know it's there. I actually did a past life regression and that came through, but I digress. There's a lot of soul memories that want to come online because with us expanding our awareness and our consciousness, we're remembering who we are as a soul. And with that, you will be given memories, soul memories of where you've been in epochs of time to bring awareness to you as to what you need to know in this now moment. So Spirit will bring downloads to you of soul memories that are relevant to what you're walking through in this now present moment. So you will be given a soul memory that shows you something, and as you integrate that energy and as you remember certain aspects of those other lives that you've lived, which all lives are happening simultaneously, like the timeline of time, like, think of like the 1800s and, the 1700s and the 1600s, all the way back to Egypt and Atlantis and Lemuria. We think in human terms, we think of time as linear, but Spirit shows me that it's actually stacked like this. So think of it as a vertical timeline where, you have Lemuria, Atlantis, ancient Egypt, and then moving all the way up to our present now moment. So we're experiencing all of our lifetimes simultaneously, which really blows the human mind. But with that, whatever you're walking through in this now present moment, you will be given soul memories as your soul is ready to receive them, as you're ready to remember and awaken to new truths, higher wisdom. So it's a really beautiful thing that this solstice energy is bringing with our ancestral roots, and we can heal more deeper rooted aspects of ourselves, of traumas, of pain. Like I used to have the biggest fear of the ocean, of water that I couldn't see through. And it wasn't until I realized that I actually drowned in Lemuria that I didn't quite understand where that fear of water came from, or the ocean. It was mainly the ocean. And a lot of people have a fear of the ocean. And I would almost bet that those people have walked through experiences where they've drowned in a past lifetime, if it not be a traumatic way of like Lemuria, Atlantis falling, with the flood. I would put my money on it that soul has walked through an experience of drowning, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us have walked through that. Our soul has been so many places, so many lifetimes, and we've had so many experiences. So I'm sure drowning is like one of the main things that a lot of souls have experienced, which is a big trauma for us to clear. So with June, I'm hearing now Metatron coming through. He's saying that June's energy is bringing these memories to surface because as a collective, we are healing the traumas and the pains of Lemuria and Atlantis. It could be traumas and pains of, the world falling and our timeline collapsing and, downgrading. It's like, we were at this really high vibration and through time we've regressed into lower vibrations, which was all meant to be. It was all a part of the experimentation that this planet had to walk through, that our souls signed up to walk through. You're not here by chance, you're here by choice. So your soul has signed up to walk through certain experiences for your own soul's growth and evolution. So with that, we've all incarnated at this pivotal moment in time of this planetary shift to heal the traumas of those epochs in time that collapsed and fell because of corruption, because of, and Metatron's saying that we're seeing, as we expand with our consciousness, we're seeing where history has repeated itself. And a lot of souls are feeling this energy right now of like something's about to pop off or something's about to kick off, but it's us shifting into a higher energy so that we don't repeat history and fall further and digress further into lower vibrational energy. Because if you saw my January update energy video, there was 2 timeline shifts, one leading towards Lemurian Eden, New Earth energy, and one leading towards further corruption, fall of Atlantis, you know, abusing power energy. So it's like we're at that, you know, crossroads split. And June is about, like, you know, choosing consciously to continue to walk towards your evolution rather than, you know, regressing. But if you choose to regress, that's your soul's choice, and you need to walk through that experience. So it's not about like good or bad, like wrong or right. It's whatever is right for your soul. All right, that was a long-winded rant. Let's move on to the last day of the month, which is June 30th, Neptune retrograde. The last few days of June could feel foggy and disorienting as we rest, reset, and reminisce with all that's taken place in June. It's also important to remember that our spiritual practices function not only as a guidance, but as a medicine as we use that energy. So when you perform spiritual practices, it's like a refuge for your soul. It's a medicine for your soul. If you go days without meditating, you will notice a difference. That's why, you know, Archangel Michael came through. I can't remember, was it December? I think it was December. He came through and said, you know, 2023 is really important that you maintain spiritual maintenance. So that means, you know, taking salt baths, going in nature and clearing your energy. Clearing your energy in general with the full moons, and, you know, calling in new energy with the new moons, and releasing and purging as things come up for you. Really working through your traumas and your triggers so that you don't go further into victim mode, but you rather call your power back and work through that energy and ascend through that energy into a higher consciousness and awareness, which is leading you towards a higher timeline, which is in alignment with your soul's greatest and highest good. So really not forgetting about spiritual maintenance, because it's so important. So using crystals, using sound, you know, crystal bowls, you know, let's just do a little bang. Like, how healing is that? So healing. So using frequency of sound, crystals, Mother Nature with her negative ions to help clear and release stress, all of that is so imperative to continue on a day-to-day basis, just like showering or brushing your teeth. And it's like, what happens when you don't shower for a couple days? Ew, disgusting. What happens when you don't brush your teeth? Gross, cavities, you know? So the same thing happens with our spiritual body. So we can't just assume that we can only take care of our physical body and everything's going to be fine. We have to also take care of our emotional body, our mental body, and our spiritual body. You know, we have to take care of all 4 bodies: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. There we go. So yeah, June is all about really staying grounded and focusing on your spiritual practices and maintaining them daily. All right, that was it for the astrology. Let's get into the collective card reading for June. And I am hearing that Merlin wants to come through for this because, you know, this is a month of magic and using your magic, and I got the mermaid energy here, so Merlin wants to assist with this, so he is coming through. So I'm just going to clear the energy really quick and set the tone. All right. And Merlin wants to do a week-by-week scenario, so I'm going to get the cards out. He's saying, I love him. He's saying, show them your magic wand. Don't hide it. I have my magic wand here that I use to channel energy. I use it to infuse energies into things, and it's just a tool that I use to channel from my hand chakras into whatever I'm trying to direct that energy to. And he's saying that this is a month for you to use your magic, like we were saying. So he's saying, what represents magic for you? For me, it's my magic wand here. So what tools do you have? Is it crystals? Is it like a certain lucky shirt? What is it for you that represents magic, that makes you feel magical when you hold it or wear it or smell it? You know, he's saying to call out those tools this month and use them. Just like the earth, air, fire, water elements are all magic as well. So using elemental energy this month and really setting intentions for utilizing your magic. And he's saying that with the spiritual maintenance, the more and more you practice your spiritual maintenance, meditate to connect with your higher self, and integrate the energies and the light codes coming in, you're activating new aspects of your DNA or dormant aspects of your DNA that are coming online that are creating more magic for you. So it's like, what are you noticing shifting or changing as you progress with your spiritual maintenance? Like, are you noticing new, like, cool things happening? Like, I can't remember when it happened for me, but it was a couple months ago where I started to notice, like, oh wow, I can see light emanating, like the rays of a sunlight. I can see that emanating off of all objects and all people. It's really cool, and I can see it more in like a shadowy light because then the light really shows. But that was something that just happened within the last couple of months, and I was like, oh, that's a cool new gift. That's really cool. And he's saying, like, start to pay attention, because when I think back on it, I started to notice it back in January, but it didn't really hit my awareness until just a couple months ago. And I thought it was like my eyes were foggy or something was going on with my eyes, but it was this new gift coming online, and it got stronger and more present as I continued to, you know, purge and heal and all that. It got stronger, which is how I really noticed it. And it's like it's like mesmerizing to just stare at it. So I'm gonna like distract myself. Okay, moving on. All right, Merlin, let's get into week 1. Let's see what the overall energy is for week 1 of June. He's saying to ask for his presence to be, like, to call his energy in, kind of like what I just did. You know, close your eyes, feel into your heart, take a couple of deep breaths, and, you know, just think about Merlin, visualize him however you visualize him, and call his energy in to work with you, to help you develop and cultivate your magic and to become stronger with your magical abilities. And what does magic mean for you? Does it mean psychic abilities? Does it mean power? Does it mean strength? Does it mean, what does it mean for you? It doesn't have to just be the typical word magic. You know, magic has a lot of meanings. It's just, what does it mean for you? Is it your art? Is it your passion? Is it like, what is your magic? He's saying to really get in tune with your individual type of magic this month. Ooh, love it. Elves, playfulness for week 1. So week 1 is all about play, getting in tune with that elemental energy. All right, let's see week 2. And then I'm going to go back with the tarot to clarify. Actually, no, let's stick with week 1. Okay. Week 1. What do we have for clarity? June for the collective, week 1. Justice. Oh boy. So we got a lot of balancing happening here for week 1. Let's get one more. We've got 4 of Swords. Yeah, rest, solitude, retreat. Tapping into our own inner world. And I feel that there's a lot of justice coming for the collective in June. There's an energy that has been resting, that's about, like, there's this energy of change that's been resting, and it's coming to the surface in June. And it's an energy of justice. Let's see, one more for week 1. Ooh, 7 of Swords. So this is an energy of change to bring about justice, to help us shift out of this old world way of dishonesty, of deception, this nasty energy that has been like deceivious and malicious and malevolent. Yeah, we're shifting out of that. There's an energy coming through. It's actually, Merlin's saying it's coming from the elementals. It's coming from the magical beings on this planet that are like emanating this energy out to create change on the planet. All right, let's get second week of June. I'm hearing to take a deep breath. Yeah. Trust. As if we didn't have that coming through in the beginning with the astrology, and the overall theme is helping us. We're moving back into a time of trust. We're going to start feeling like we trust the world a little bit more in June in general, but especially, as my phone dings to confirm that, but especially, I forgot to turn it off. Let me do that right now. This energy of trust, we're trusting ourselves more. We're trusting the universe more. We're trusting each other more. And it ultimately comes because you trust yourself. So remember, the energy you emanate out, you get reflected back. So if you don't trust yourself, how can you expect to see trust outside of yourself? Because your inner world is, projected outwards. So if you trust yourself, you will see trust in the world. So it's about getting back to a place where you start to trust yourself. And the way you start to trust yourself is by doing things that build your confidence, working on things that you have been guided to work on. And that's also with the energy of the collective, I'm hearing him say, is that we're starting to see more trustworthy people coming onto the main stage, whether that be humanitarian work, whether that be in the government, in the media. We're starting to see a shift of power where it's moving into the hands of the trustworthy. But we have to keep that hope and that belief alive. We can't continue to believe in the old world ways of deception. If you continue to believe that this energy is in power, that's the world you're creating. So as a collective, we have to believe and continue to believe in our own magic as a creator, but to believe that there is this trustworthy energy that is rising. This divine, he's saying this divine feminine energy is rising. And it's not about gender. It's just about this energy of soothing, love, peace, harmony. This Mother Mary kind of energy. And it's not about religion either. 8 of Pentacles, yeah. So this energy is in the works. We're working on, as a collective, trusting ourselves. Because, okay, Merlin is saying the reason we don't have trust is because with Lemuria, with Atlantis, with the fall of ancient Egypt, all of those epochs in time, many abused their power. So a lot of us fell in consciousness to a lower consciousness, and we lost our magic because we were no longer trustworthy with our magic. And now Merlin is saying that it's a time for us to continue to work with our magic and to heal those old stories, those old wounds of when people used to abuse magic. And then we're going to see that start to rise more. Yeah. Because when we fell in consciousness, we fell into an enslaved and entrapped lower vibrational energy. So we're working on trusting ourselves more to release the shackles and chains that have held us in the past. These shackles and chains of the past that have imprisoned us. And many would look at it like, oh, it's the government imprisoning us. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Because it all comes back to your own energy. Merlin is saying, take responsibility for your own energy. So what we have walked through as a collective in the past with the fall of abusing our power, even if you're a good person in this life, you have probably lived lifetimes where you were not so good. And we have to be bold and brave enough to look at that side of ourselves, that darker side of ourselves, and be in our power enough to know that we can trust ourselves to not be deceivious anymore. We can trust ourselves again with this magic. So that's why more and more people, as we awaken our consciousness as a collective, we are shifting into 5D New Earth energy. As we awaken more of this energy, we awaken more of our magic. Why? Because we're now trustworthy. We're shifting into a higher consciousness. So our magic is aligning to that frequency. So we are being gifted this energy back because Spirit sees that we're raising our vibration and our consciousness, and now we're ready to activate our magic again because we're moving past that deceptive energy into an energy of 5D New Earth energy of love, peace, harmony, service to others rather than service to self, which is why we're being gifted back our magic. Because we're ready to use it again. Because we're not going to do what we did before and use it for corrupt purposes. All right, week 3. Week 3, beauty. Oh, we had that word come out earlier too. Wood nymph. Yeah. So the energy of the elementals, of Mother Earth, of Mother Mary is really helping us to tap into this energy of love, unconditional love for ourselves, helping us to see ourselves in a whole new light. To see the beauty of the world and to see the beauty of our soul. The mermaids are helping with that energy as well because I'm seeing the water women here, and the mermaids, the mermen, the mer beings in general, their energy has really been this year, I feel, very strong to assist with cleaning up the waters of Mother Earth, to heal the frequencies of trauma and pain that ensued with the fall of Lemuria in Atlantis with the floods. Yeah, I'm seeing the moon here too. So was the new moon towards the 3rd week? I think it was. The new moon was in the 3rd week. Yeah, so around that moon energy is when we're going to start to see this like beauty ignite, and we're going to see things in a different light. Merlin's saying you're going to see things in the moonlight. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, because the moon is a feminine energy as well, you know, that lunar energy. And, you know, that's like at the cusp of, yeah, that would lead us into the solstice energy. So that's perfect. Yeah, so that solstice energy is helping us reignite our love within ourselves, reignite love with others in our lives, helping us to find what we love, helping us to emanate more love into the world. It's the strength of two coming together. Us and our higher selves, us and our inner magic, our divine feminine and divine masculine coming together. Yeah, 7 of Cups. This is commitment issues. This is fog. This is confusion. This is fear. So when we have the courage to see things in a different light, we move past that fog, that confusion, that fog, that fear starts to lift. It's no longer clouding your mental body or your emotional body. You'll have like clarity come through. He's saying to go on Mother Nature too. If you're starting to feel foggy, go on Mother Nature and she will really help clear that energy for you. Go hug a tree. I swear to God, it works. I do that often. Or even just putting your hands on the tree and just being like, please, Please assist me. But then disconnect your energy from the tree, so the tree is no longer having to feel your energy after you walk away. You know, like visualize like a sword cutting your energy from there, so they no longer have to feel your pain after you remove your hand chakras. Okay. It's also about creation this month too, the third week. It's like, what do you want to create with your magic? I'm seeing his wand here pointed at the cup. What do you want to create with your magic? What beauty do you want to create in your life? And as a collective, we're doing this. We're creating new beauty in this world this third week of June. This energy of love coming through to help create new beauty in this world. I'm going to get one more for week 3. Eight of Cups. Moving on, moving away. Transition. Moving away from what no longer serves you. We as a society, as a collective, are moving away from what no longer serves us. As the theme was, this whole month of June is all about moving away from old stories, ideas. So moving away from old stories and ideas in the third week of June as a collective to release the fog and regain clarity about movement forwards. Let's get the fourth week here. Oh, God. All of these words came out in our main energy, freedom. This is leading towards our freedom as a society, as a collective, as a humanity. The fourth week of June, I feel like a lot of us are going to feel freedom. Like complete, like that straitjacket energy is going to be like dissipated. More so than it's ever felt before. We're going to be like, I can move now. It's great. All right, we have Queen of Wands. Yes, being in our power. We have regained our power, our magic by the fourth week of June. We're utilizing this magic and this power to assist us with our freedom. And we got our freedom because we called in our power and we utilized our magic to shift things. To create this new energy, this new timeline. Whoops. Eight of Wands. Another power card here. This energy is coming in fast. We are creating fast changes here. Let me look at this card because, yeah, look at all of this energy in this card. We have the magnifying glass, we have the book of knowledge, we have wands, we have candle magic, we have potions, we have literally everything. This is utilizing your magic to create quick change. We are utilizing our magic as a collective to create quick change of freedom. Oh, yeah, the world. This is a goal or a lesson completed. This is what we've been waiting on, what we've been hoping for. All of us as individuals have been working towards creating this freedom on this planet. And we are starting to really see the first. Merlin's showing me a flower blooming, and we're starting to see like the first like petal like opening towards that freedom. We're starting to see the blossoming of that freedom. All right, let's get some more tarot just to end this. I feel like he has a couple more messages, so let me just overall finalize this energy here with 3 cards. So sorry, you guys. My camera just decided to die when I was saying let's end this. So let's just really quick end this because I don't know what my camera is doing, but we're not going to mess with it. All right, 3 cards to end this energy. We have 10 of Wands. Yeah, we are moving away from this toxic energy, this burden energy. The Hierophant, we're letting go of old traditional ways of thinking, old ideas, old stories. 9 of Wands, maintaining our boundaries, using our spiritual tools to help guard and protect our energy. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there before my camera decides to die again. I'm sending you so much positive energy. I hope that resonated. If it did, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I will see you in another video. Bye.